Michael Segal is a leukemia survivor who spent 4 weeks here at VCU Massey Cancer Center healing from a bone marrow transplant. During that time, music became his medicine. Showcase features videographer Brad Vassar gives us a special look at how Michael used his ukulele to give his emotions a voice to sing his way through recovery.
I had no earthly idea where I was going with it. But I started all out, it kind of, I jumped from page to page, and I would take stuff from this page to that page. But I said, well, my DNA has failed. My DNA started to fail. My DNA was on Rocky Road. But MCV came to my rescue. They said it was leukemia, so Dr. Ho started me on chemo. Leukemia. That was my first verse. I just kind of told it like it was. Started me on chemo. My name is Michael Segal, and I'm a cancer survivor. This is just when I got there on the first day, and then the next day I saw that I had to have something to occupy my time because I was going to be there for 20, 30 some days. So I took my ukulele up there, and I thought, well, while I'm up here, I'll just write down some words about my stay, not knowing it was going to turn into a song that was going to be on TV. But I worked on it every day, and it killed a lot of time for me. And the more I got into it, the more I got enthused about it. And then I would play it for the nurses. I'd do a verse, and then they would start liking it. And then they say, well, can you just record a little bit of the song so I can show it to my mom, and I can show it to a friend of mine that's got cancer? So it kind of got caught on by everybody. And then the people that would walk by the door would be listening, and they would clap if I got through a verse of it. So it became fun, and then I realized that the message was, I had to be serious about the message. I'm not a songwriter, so I don't know anything technically how to put together a song, and I know a little bit about the ukulele as far as chords. So it just finally came together, and luckily it came together right on time. And then my Dr. Purvey recommended that I do it in front of the nurses' station. And she said, I got it approved for you to do it there. So I thank Dr. Purvey for that.
I had the good fortune of admitting him, and he showed me his book, and he said, I'm going to write about my DNA. I'm Dr. Sneha Purve. I'm one of the bone marrow transplant physicians at Massey Comprehensive Cancer Center. He stayed in the hospital for approximately a month, and that whole time he was writing the song, he had his instrument to play that, and he would play it for the night shift people, and everyone just loved him.
The ukulele is 50-some years old. I got it when I was 13. That was in 1964. I was born in 51. So I've had this for, I remember my dad putting my fingers on the little fingers I had back then. He put the fingers down to what he wanted me to play. And some chords I forgot already because I haven't played it much lately, but when I took it up to the hospital, I learned how to play it real quickly. I got back on the same chords. And I had to come up with the melody as far as what chords I was going to play this in. So I like the way it started. I wasn't feeling good. I was really feeling really rough. And they determined that I was burned out of blood. They said my blood count was so low that I was lucky to be sitting up talking. So they gave me a big bag of blood. I felt better. I took about 2 hours or more to get that. And then the next day I woke up, I felt better because I had that blood in me. But they told me to go to the hospital at Massey Cancer Center. Don't go anywhere else but Massey. And I went there, and then they determined the next day that I had leukemia. I had the worst type, AML. So that's the type that will take you away from here in a short period of time without treatment. So I took I had a lot of blood transfusions, and then I had a lot of chemo. I had bunches around, probably eight rounds of chemo over a period of time. And then my doctor, Ho, told me that she couldn't keep me alive forever, that I would have to enter into another program if I wanted to take it further. So I was turned over to Dr. Purvey, and she was my oncologist, and she took me to the next level of bone marrow stem cell replacement.
The chances of him being cured just with treatment is less, and he needed some more additional treatments like transplant to make a better survival or a better chance of cure. So what is bone marrow transplant? Bone marrow transplant is a way through which, we give patients a donor stem cells or a donor immune system, so that those new immune system or immune cells can fight over the cancer cells.
One of my favorite lines when I wrote this is when I was knee-deep in getting chemo. I said, I checked into room 11, which is the room I was in. Round after round, the chemo kept coming. I took pills for every known reason, but I walked the halls to cure my blues. That says a lot right there. There's a lot in those verses right there. It's kind of hard to write a song and condense it down to a few words, so it means a lot. But that verse means a lot to me, because that's what happened. 7 rounds of chemo, that'll put you down.
As healthcare providers, our job or our motto is to get them back to that thing. So it is definitely very rewarding for all of us to see him going back, doing so well, being disease-free.
I found out yesterday that they did a bone marrow tap about 2 weeks ago, and it takes 2 weeks for it to go through all the circumstances, and it has to be scrutinized by all the doctors. They all have to review the reports, and she informed me that I was cancer-free. So that's official.
So before transplant, he still had like 1% cancer cell in his bone marrow. Just before transplant, we do that testing, and then we do that testing at 2 months, which he was cancer-free. So 0 cancer cells were detected in his bone marrow with no abnormal changes. And that, because that is the reason we did this, was to make no detectable cancer cells to the best. Like, he was MRD negative. On the day of discharge, we all, all the nurses who were not even scheduled to work that day, they came just to give him a goodbye and hear that final finale, like it was his performance. Like, we all heard it in segments, but that was the day wherein we heard him perform the whole DNA song together.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'll end it with, I hope this reaches the patients some way or another, and somewhere, anywhere in the world. I hope I had some encouraging words for them. Stay the course and live. It's a tough way to have to go, but it's the best path we have. So thank you folks for coming, and I thank God for keeping my life a lot longer.
And that reinforces like why we are doing this, and that is like a positive reinforcement for all of us, for everyone, that yes, this is doable, this can be done in a right way, and you get to live your life better than what you lived before transplant and before diagnosis. I always tell patients the reason you do transplant is not to survive. You don't do transplant to survive. You do transplant to live your life. And that's Michael.
My DNA.
He did this so that he could live his life. He could enjoy his life. He could go hunting. He could go golfing. He can lay pavers and patios and enjoy his backyard. That's what we do it. We just don't do it that you have to survive or this. We do it that you get cured of it and you are able to enjoy all those smaller things which you did before the diagnosis. So that is the whole goal of transplant, and that's what his song is like. My DNA was defective and then I got transplant.
I'm not a songwriter either, but I think I did an okay job of putting this song together, just from laying in the hospital sick. So I'd look forward to doing another song, and I may start tinkering with it here real soon.